Hi everyone, my name is Paula. I'm an accredited exercise physiologist from Magrani Yoga and Pilates. I'll guide you through today a Pilates session. Please remember that if you've got any health concerns, you should speak to an exercise physiologist before you start exercising. If you need some specific guidance to design something for you to suit your conditions, I'm happy to help. Just send me a message. Ready to start? You don't need any equipment today, just your body. We're gonna lie down on your back. So making your way down onto your back, arms long beside the body. The first exercise is a pelvic tilt. So we're going to start tilting the pelvis, just a nice gentle rock of the pelvis. So you're flattening the back on the floor and then finding the neutral position. So with the neutral position here, we're trying to relax the back and you should have just a natural curve of the spine. And then tilt the pelvis so the curve disappears, so you're flattening. If you need to feel if you're doing it correctly, on the inside of your hip bones, you should feel under the fingers, these muscles tightening here. We're not bracing and squeezing, just gently drawing the abdominals into your spine. And also think about engaging the pelvic floor as if you're trying to stop a wee. We're going to do a few of those. It's a nice way to warm up those muscles, making sure they're engaging correctly, because that will be fundamental for you to continue to do the exercises with a good form and safe. So the next exercise from here, we're going to maintain half of that tilt and bring 1 foot at a time off the floor. This is called the leg lift. So the leg lift is a very basic Pilates exercise, but it will help you develop enough pelvic stability for you to move on to something a bit more challenging. There should be no abdominal bulging here, no bracing, no tension in the upper body. Exhale to lift the foot, inhale to lower. I like to exhale on the exertion, so when you're doing the hardest part of the exercise, when you're taking the foot off the floor, in that case. From here, we're going to come into a tabletop. So with tabletop, we're going to tap 1 foot at a time to the floor. So we exhale to tap down, inhale to bring it back. And you can either do it slow, take your time, or if you're okay with these, a little bit quicker, maintaining your back on the floor without arching the spine. That will just add a bit more intensity to it. So we're going to do another 5 on each side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then from here, we're moving on to a single leg stretch. So with the single leg stretch, the hands will just touch the knee that comes into the chest as the other leg straightens out to about 45-degree angle away from the floor. I don't particularly like stretching the leg too far down because that can put quite a bit of pressure in the pelvic floor. So stretching the leg out to 45 degrees should be enough. If you like to challenge, you can take your head and shoulders off the floor. If the neck feels uncomfortable here, you can pop the head back down. Exhale to straighten the leg. And take another 5 on each side. Should be seeing the tummy nice and flat here, so no popping up of the belly. 1 more on each side. Then give your knees a gentle hug and bring the feet back to the floor. The next exercise we're doing is a chest lift. So you're going to interlace the fingers and just rest your head back on your hands. Draw your shoulder blades back down and then elbows are going to be bent and slightly inward. We're going to exhale to lift the chest. Inhale to lower down. So as you're doing the chest lift, make sure that you don't pull in your neck. So your head should be relaxing completely on your hands. You're folding from under the rib cage and you shouldn't be pushing your back against the ground. So the lower back has got that little arch under the lower back in between the back and the mat. We'll take another 5 here. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. You should start feeling those abdominals getting warmer. Perhaps a little burning sensation. And you can intensify that by doing a few pulses at the end, perhaps 10 or so. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We relax down for a moment. And then from here, we're going to add a little rotation. So with a rotation, you want to aim elbow towards the opposite knee. If you check your pelvic alignment here, there should be no rotation of your pelvis. So both sit bones on the floor, hips are square. We're going to take one shoulder off the floor, turning from one side to the other. To add an extra challenge here, we're going to lift the legs in tabletop and we're going to move into a crisscross action. So if that's too strong, you can keep your feet on the floor as we were doing before, or you can also keep the head down and just do the leg. We're going to do another 5 on each side, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees into the chest and give them a little hug. From here, we're moving on to a bridge. So arms are going to be long beside the body, legs are hip width apart. We're going to curl the spine up, lifting up just to the shoulder blades. Give the gluteal muscles a little squeeze. Take a big breath in at the top. Exhale, curl back down. So we're going to curl vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale and exhale, curl back up. So firm in the buttocks. Should be using your hamstring muscles a little and the core working in the background the whole time. We'll take a couple more of those. And now on the last one, we're going to hold it up. So curling and holding up. Either keep your arms long, or I particularly like having my hands on my hips so I can feel what they're doing. You're going to take one heel at a time off the floor, or if you're feeling super strong, you can try taking the whole foot off the floor and bringing that leg to tabletop. So with these variation, it's really important that your hips stay square. You should have no discomfort in your lower back either. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Really firm in the leg that's on the ground, you're using that buttock muscle and making sure the legs stay parallel. We'll take one more on each side here. And then curl back down, nice and slow. Give your knees a little hug. From here, we're going to rock or roll to your side and sit. Rock up or roll to your side and sit. So rolling like a ball, that's the next exercise. We're going to bring the knees right in to the chest and just take the feet slightly off the floor. You might like to stay here for now, or just for a little bit of fun, we're going to roll back. So roll back into your shoulder blades and then back up. Take 5 to 10 of those ones. And that can be a bit of a challenging exercise to start until you can have enough mobility in your spine to create that smooth rock. We're going to inhale to roll down, exhale to come up. And we'll take another couple of those. Once you can get that nice rocking motion, it feels quite nice. It's a nice massage for the back. And the last one, hold it up and take a little butterfly stretch. So feet together, knees to the sides, lower the chest down. I love adding some stretches in between the exercises because that helps you to keep the quality of the movement. It's no point of pushing too hard all the time and then losing your form. We're going to roll up and then come into a seated position. We're going to do a half roll down. So the half roll down, it's an abdominal strengthening exercise. I like to start with the hands at the back of my thighs just to give the back a bit of support. From here, you can add a bit of a challenge by taking the arms beside your body and then rolling a little bit further down if you like. So even weight on both sit bones. When you look down, the belly should be nice and flat. I'm not talking about abdominal fat. It's more the bulge that happens when you relax your deep abdominals. So nice and firm, strengthening the muscles from the inside. Let's take one more. And then from here, we're going to a teaser. So the teaser, we're going to start again with the hands at the back of the thighs and then bring the shins up to a tabletop. Squeeze the thighs in, shoulders down. Hold it here if that's enough challenge for you, otherwise arms long. Hold it nice and tight. Pull in the muscles from the inside. Pelvic floor should be switched on. You can straighten the legs if you like a super challenge, otherwise hold it here. Let's take one more breath. And then slowly lower the feet down. We're going to straighten those legs long. And we're going to add a full roll down now. So with the C shape of the spine, press the legs down and just roll vertebrae by vertebrae all the way to the floor. Inhale, let's reach those arms up. Exhale. If you get a bit stuck here, that might be all you need to do for now and just work on that. Otherwise, if you can come up, you can always use a strap or towel around your feet to help, just to give a little bit of assistance to start. Inhale, over the head, exhale. Reaching the arms long, keeping the C shape through the spine. So roll down is a full body movement. Again, it can be a bit challenging, so work up to it. Let's take one more. As you go down, observe the legs don't lift off the floor. Press the thighs down, feet on the ground. And as you're coming up, the legs are not lifting off the floor either. Lovely. Then from here, we're going to come into a 4-point kneel position. So hands on the floor, knees on the hips. We'll take a cat stretch. Exhaling to C-shape the spine. Inhaling to lengthen. Really important that we're not shrugging the shoulders here. So keeping a lot of space in between the ears and the shoulders. Let's take one more. And then find a neutral position. So nice and long through your spine, looking down between the thumbs. We're going to curl the toes and take your knees slightly off the floor. So using the lower tummy strength here. And then pop it back down. It's important that you don't lift your knees up too high, so your hips and shoulders should be in about the same line. Press firmly from under your armpits, keeping the arms strong. Engage in the lower tummy, and always thinking of the pelvic floor muscles, gently lifting them up as well. Let's do one more. And you're going to either hold it there or continue to do like we're doing, or you can challenge by straightening one leg at a time away. So hips are nice and square, no rocking side to side, not trying to lift the leg too high, just to the same line of your hip. Let's take 2 more on each side. Exhale to straighten, inhale to lower down. Last one. Then come down to your knees. Take a little child's pose for break, relaxing the forehead down. So from the front support, we can progress to a plank. So with the full plank, we're going to take the knees off the floor. A knee plank can always be an option to start, otherwise up on your toes. For discomfort on your wrists, here you can come down to your elbows as well. So hold it nice and strong, push the floor away. Legs are straight, core is engaged. Take one more breath, and then lower down. We'll do that one more time, and you can either just stay there, hold it here, or for challenge, we're going to turn your feet. So pivot the feet, pointing both feet to the right, take the right hand off the floor. Lifting the waistline off the ground, so you're working those obliques. Big breath in, and then lower the hand, square the hips. Turn the feet to the other side, lifting up through the waistline, pressing from under your armpit. Inhale, exhale, lower. So we take a couple more on each side. It's no point of rushing here, so you want nice and controlled movement. Once you turn, hips and shoulders should stay stacked and square to the front. Let's take one more. Big inhale, exhale. And then we finish with the left hand reaching up and then back down. Another child's pose to stretch the body. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed the workout. Please comment, share, subscribe to our channel so you can stay tuned and keep watching our videos. Thank you.